Hi, I'm late. Oh my goodness. Hi, it is wonderful to be here. And I have to say, I've been looking forward to chatting today because I was going to be talking about aging. And and so I'm having a one of those weekends that has been just very low key. I have on my hoodie, you can see. I'm all curled up and I overslept. Well, I overnapped. I'm in my wonderful recliner. Okay, now let's see. I'm just looking at the chat. Um, Now I can't tell if this was here before or with you, if you guys. Oh, yeah, this is here. You're tardy, Catherine. That's from Julie. Yes, I am. I hope you're there. I hope you guys, I hope some of you waited. Um, oh my God, Julie, thank you so much. Julie says, yes, we are waiting, but Catherine is so worth it. Oh, Patsy, I hope you're still here. Um, oh, what a wonderful conversation you guys had. Oh my God, Julie, I love you. I've done this a few times over the years. Yes, I have. So I'm going to talk about why I'm doing it because yeah, I'm going to talk about aging and I'm going to talk about lipedema. Not a technical issue. Oh boy, this is great. I'm so glad you guys. The replays, yes, the replays are being done. I got the artwork and approved it. So it's just a matter of a week or two. Yep. Someone, Julie saw me on What's New and Coming Up on Friday, and I was okay. Uh, Much needed sleep. She snapped through one of her wow sessions before. God love her. I can wait 5 minutes. Thank you, Julie. Thank you, Julie. Thank you. Okay, so let me see who's there. Julie waited. Robin seems to have waited. I'm going to just say who's here. Robin, thank you so much. And I'm going to make some comments too. Thank you, Julie. And I'm happy to be here. Hooray for the napping brigade. Oh, good. I'm so glad Julie waited. Donna. Oh, good. Marcia's here from Texas. Oh, Kenny's birthday is today. Happy birthday to Kenny. And from the UK, we have Lynn McQuicken. Anyway, so let me talk about napping. Um, I'm not sure if it's part of the aging process. I'm not sure if it's part of the problems that I'm having with my lymphatic system and the central lymphatic. All I know is it is just delightful. I am, I have missed a few things. I do have some thyroid issues that I'm in the process of trying to manage with my primary care physician. And here's the thing, aging is in and of itself such an interesting process. I mean, it is, um, I don't know how old we're designed to be, especially when I have a chronic disease. I have more than one chronic disease. I have lipedema, I have lymphedema, I have obesity. I've struggled with it my entire life. Um, and yet, there's something that I find that I've been exploring. And part of it is as part of the lipedema community, and part of it is as work that I'm doing, which is coming into right relationship with my body. Let me say that again. Coming into right relationship with my body. I find that after a lifetime of instantly judging, instantly having a negative um reaction, you know. Like, oh, you did it again. Oh, you're a failure. Oh, that the first instinct would be something is wrong. I'm like, oh, you did do it again, but it's okay. You know, you're doing what you need to do, and you're you're still on this side. You're not under the ground. This thing of I'm 75 years old. When I think of that, there's so many people who don't make it to 75. My computer's, I'm on my laptop in my meditation room. Here, this is my new meditation room. I was meditating. That's how I fell asleep. Let me see if I can talk about. Yeah, there we go. One of my favorite things is to sit in quiet and silence and to just be present as best as I can, which is different forms of meditation, but um, it doesn't even matter. Sometimes it's just watching my breath. Sometimes it's just moving into the silence. I had the most amazing thing happen today. Well, it's actually been happening over the past few weeks, but today was a real incident, which is I have two cats. You're going to see Bella. Here comes Bella. Bella, whenever I'm doing anything, Bella comes to say hi. And here she is. She's purring away. It's also 5:27 here, um, PM. And she's at the point where she's like, okay, feed me. So, so here she is. But I have another cat. I have Caramia. And I actually got Caramia first. And she is much more skittish. She's not easily um she doesn't come easily. She has to be persuaded, and sometimes if I go, to pet her, she'll move away. uh, anyway, you get the idea. Well, for some reason earlier today when I was meditating, she came up here and she sat on my lap. I was absolutely amazed. I was like, oh my God. I mean, all on her own. She just came and wanted to be pet. So I pet her for a while. And I'm like, it's possible to for her to learn trust, for her to learn even at her old age of, let's see, I got her in 2009. This is 24, so that's 14, 15. So she's about 16 years old, which is old for a cat. But oh my God, it just, there was a blessing. There was a sweetness in it all. So, so I had an anniversary this week. October 10th is an anniversary for me. It's the day that I started in Overeaters Anonymous in 1987. So that's 37 years ago, I think. Let me figure it out. 87, 97, 07, 17, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 37 years ago. I started in Overeaters Anonymous. Remember the day I was on a retreat. I was on a retreat and I was experiencing, there was a teacher here in the US. Oh my God, I loved the teacher. Her name is Vimala Thakkar. She had oh, there goes Bella. She was such an amazing teacher. Just very kind and very loving. And oh, and she, yeah, Bella wants more attention. There she is. Here she is. Anyway, and it was during that time that it's a long story and a story not necessarily meant for, um, Sunday Night Live, but it was a turning point. It was one of those times where something happened that was way beyond me, where I was in the right place at the right time. I had been meditating, and so I ended up deciding to make major, major changes. And I started to participate in a 12-step program. Um, and I began to weigh and measure my food. And I did that without exception. So I went on to a low carbohydrate food plan, a low carbohydrate food plan. And miraculously, miraculously, like I can't believe how miraculously I dropped 140 pounds. Um, Not overnight. It took really 2 years, but I knew immediately that it was working because I started to drop weight. And I had tried everything under the sun. I think it was a combination of low carbohydrate. I also think it was timing. I think that I ended up diving in. I said, "Oh yeah, this is me. I have all this. I definitely am a compulsive eater and I'm doing this and I surrendered to this lifestyle, meaning you know, and if you were at the Heart to Heart, I love her so much, but I want to see you. If you were at the Heart to Heart, um, Nasser Ali, he's a doc. He gave an unbelievably phenomenal talk on dopamine and how the brain works, especially around addictive processes. And that was true for me. I am definitely addicted to carbohydrates. Um, uh, oh, I'm just catching up on the chat. Uh, oh, good. Lynn says she has all three too. Uh, you know, it tends to come. I'll call it the perfect trifecta. They tend to come together: lipedema, obesity, and lymphedema. But anyway, more on that to come. Um, so I wanted to say about Dr. Ali. he gave such a good talk. Please, 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 if you can watch the replay. I'm going in to watch the replay this week because not only did I lose 140 pounds and keep it off for most of 27, 28, 29 years, 30 years. I mean, I've been struggling the past couple of years, but that's because of all the lymphatic stuff. But the thing that I realized as I look back on it, that it was addressing the lymphatic issues without my knowing it. It was affecting my lipedema. And at that point, I didn't have lymphedema, but I must have had the beginnings of it because I think it's part of this whole, like I say, the trifecta. And that without knowing it, I found this low carbohydrate plan that worked. I mean, they talk about it as being in a pink cloud. Oh my God, I was in a pink cloud. I was so happy because I was watching my body respond to what I was giving it in a way that totally supported me. Yeah, Julie says definitely addictive personality as well. Yeah, I think we all found each other. We are a good tribe. We are a good tribe. I think we really support one another. And so through the whole process, this deepening and understanding, and I'm finding myself absolutely moving in a good direction because, I have my moments of wanting to give up. I say to myself and I say to my staff, I'm 75 years old. I'm too old for this. I'm too old for mostly everything. Well, not exactly true because I found myself over this weekend delving deeper. I am an innate seeker. I want to know. I want to know what's going on. I want to know what my body is saying. I want to listen. I want to listen deeply and I want to be able to respond. And I want to be able to take action because I don't believe, I really believe, I say it this way, which is better, that there are solutions, that there are ways to support, to encourage, to embrace oneself. And I think, we're Kathy Plavican. Thank you very much, Kathy, if you're on or whatever. But she just sent me a link to a new movie that's out on menopause, a new documentary. So they have a showing Friday night this week. I think it's Friday. I don't know. Anyway, it's this week sometime. I put it in my calendar. So I bought a ticket for it. And it's going to be on PBS. So if you don't catch it on the evening showing, there's going to be time to see it. Menopause is not dealt with in the healthcare system, along with lipedema and a lot of other things. So I am, it was in menopause that everything started to go haywire for me. I was, as I said, in 87, I was in my 30s. I had the most wonderful, wonderful, well, challenges, but every life has challenges, but most wonderful 25, 26, 27 years, 40, 50. Yeah, I was in my mid to late 50s when perimenopause started, and I started to gain weight. I don't know how. I kept thinking, how can I be gaining weight with what I'm eating? It's impossible. But it was happening. It was definitely happening. And so, moving from, oh, it's my fault, something's wrong with me, I am something's wrong. That's it. Fat shaming, self fat shaming. How could I get here after a lifetime of this and 25 years weighing and measuring my food? And uh, so, through all of that, the learning was that there was something mechanical, that there was something wrong with the plumbing. I remember used to say that to myself. It's not you, it's the plumbing. And and then it exacerbated a couple of years ago. I struggled and struggled and struggled, and worked with Leslin on bringing keto to the community, and watched woman after woman, do amazing things on low carb and carnivore. I did carnivore for a while. Anyway, being one that had to deal so deeply and profoundly with my body, I'm like, all right. There's a funny story. I happen to love it. Um, I have studied, uh, I have a spiritual background. I talk about meditation, but I have studied some of the mystics. And why? I don't know. I'm curious. I'm curious how people can find that depth of truth and that depth of connection in the midst of all kinds of craziness. Anyway, St. Teresa of Avila is from the Catholic tradition, and she was in Spain mid century in the Middle Ages and doing some work for the church, had a really crazy control over the world at that stage of the game. But anyway, she was traveling, doing work for the church and for the Pope at that time, who was not nice, but she was doing some. Anyway, so there's this story of her traveling through Spain, going from, church to church. And she was fording a stream on a donkey. And the donkey ended up throwing her into the stream, and then was like, and she looked up at heaven and she said, God, if this is how you treat your friends, it's no wonder you have so few. And I love that line. I just love that line. I don't even know where I read it or how, but it was so many years ago that I got that story. And so I'm like, oh, yeah, I have this and I have that and I have this and I have that. And I was talking to someone about surgery because we're starting a whole program on surgery. I shut down our surgical program years ago because I had had such a bad experience. Here comes Bella again. I had had such a bad experience. My surgery, when I had it, um, I have to, Bella, Bella, come on. I have to be honest that I was told I wasn't a good candidate for surgery. My BMI was too high. There were other health issues. I overrode it. I went to Europe. I'm very determined when I decide I want something. I was looking for a magic bullet. Um, yeah, I was looking for a magic solution. And so when I had such a bad experience, I um I just I shut down. Well, I was looking for answers. It's really how I developed the holistic approach. I realized, all right, if this isn't going to work, then something else will. And so I ended up feeling very blessed to have begun to work on the holistic approach and having it work for way more than just me. Um, so as I have been evolving, it's become really clear that there's a need, that there are so many women who are going the pathway of looking for surgery, and having not great experiences and challenges with the whole thing. And so we've started a program. And I was realizing, like, I don't know, maybe because I look for reasons, maybe because I look for purpose and meaning in things, that had I not had the experience that I had, I would not be able to so clearly state what some of what I found is needed. Support is needed. Asking the right questions is needed. You need to really have a solid preparation. So anyway, we're giving this is a long thing. If you're interested, and even if you're not interested, you'll come learn something. We're having a long webinar, a 3-hour webinar next Saturday. Um, let me see if I can find the link. There's a link, and I'll put it in here. I was looking at it earlier. Yep, here it is. And only, and we wrote new a new ebook. It's really good. I love having an opportunity to share things. So the new book is called Quick Start Guide to Lipedema Reduction Surgery. Oh, I have to find us. Here we are. Okay. Hi, Nancy. Good to see you. Okay. I just put the link in the chat. Oh, and it worked. Well, here it is. learn.lipedema-simplified.org/surgery-simplified. Anyway, next Saturday at 3 to 6, it's going to be at least a few hours. We really want to go in depth and explain the process, what's needed, the whole thing. So I started this part of my conversation with you all talking about this maturation process, this aging process, and learning, and not only learning but being able to share it. And I think that's what life is all about. This kind of full circle. And so this is called reflections, and that's what I do a lot of. I reflect and I share it. That's my storytelling. That's my life as a professor and as a human. It is my human pathway. It is a free seminar. It is free. There is once you sign up, you will be given an opportunity to purchase. This is new, we're doing to purchase the replay, and along with the replay you'll get the bonus of the book. So the book and the replay is $37. This is brand new, we haven't done it before, but you get the webinar for free. So you have that choice. I hope that answers your question, Lynn. We do a lot of things for free. We have to charge for some of it, though. So this is our new strategy. We'll see if it works, because costs a lot of money to keep all this stuff going, and so anyway, we'll see. So anyway, that's coming up. Oh, and I gave you the link. Um, so let me show you. I'm going to share my screen because I'm liking talking about this. And I also just love Michelle. So let me show you. Here it is. No, that's the bonus. Okay, let me go back. I was testing. Here it is. Lipedema surgery simplified. Saturday, October 19th at 3 p.m. Eastern time for 3 hours. Okay. So, Leslyn, you all know, she's going to be adding to what you need to do to prep and recover from surgery from a conservative point of view. And Michelle Jacqua, she is a nurse navigator and an expert in um, insurance. So she's helped many, many women get insurance coverage. So it's one of the things, and it's only one of the things that we do. So let me talk about what we're looking at. Understanding lipedema surgery. What is it? We've been talking about it for years. It is liposuction, but it's way more than just liposuction. And you need to really discern if you're a good candidate and if it's right for you. And, making the decision is part of a process. Having surgery is a long process. How to prepare for surgery, finding the right surgeon and preparing your body physically and emotionally, and I would say from a holistic point of view, every way, spiritually and mentally. It's such a process. Um, and learning how to navigate insurance and the medical system and post surgery care and holistic recovery. So important. Us. But here's a little bit of the agenda, and then you can sign up. So there's the info. Okay. And there's Bella eating my hair. So curious about why they do that. She does it because it feels like my head is her mother. And obviously she wants my attention. She wants me to feed her. As soon as I'm done, I'm gonna get up and feed her. Okay. So aging is, so one way of looking at aging is it's a time of maturity, of ripening, of, being able to come to terms with whatever it is. And that is a blessing when I think of it. I'm You're hearing part of my reflections because I was so sick over the past couple of years. Um, even with the surgeries, which was not reduction surgery, but were major lymphatic surgeries that I had. Um, I think in the end, it kept me here. I really think I could have left the planet because I was that sick. But I'm feeling so blessed. Um, I could go on for another hour, but I'm going to wrap it up and go feed Bella, who's walking all over me, waiting for her dinner. So, and I want to just wish you just a wonderful, whatever morning, afternoon, evening, if you're at the end of a weekend. If you're here in the US, this is a holiday weekend. It's a funky holiday weekend. It's Columbus Day weekend, which is the uh, Columbus Day weekend. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it is. And it's also the Jewish holidays. It just was the high holy holiday of Yom Kippur. So, whatever it is you are doing or celebrating or just being with yourself, many blessings. And thank you so much. Thank you for hanging in there and waiting for me tonight. I'm so glad that I woke up and I'm here with you guys. So I love you. Thank you. Bless you. May we eat